Good morning, everyone. This is the February 20th, year 2023. Monday morning. As usual, it's a foggy morning. Sun must be up there, but it's a very thick foggy. And look at these flowers I cut from the front yard. Praise the Lord, glory to God. Oh, God bless me. I will not embarrass you, Lord, because I'm going to talking about God. Today, I like to record saying, the God I sinned first time. This was in 1997, because that year I built this place. And I wanted to have this park, senior citizen park, and have people, the senior citizens are gathered here. We can learn to pray, learn to pray for themselves and pray for the family, pray for the friends and neighbors and cities and countries and even whole world, even the kingdom of God. Rather than sitting in so sad, sitting in a nursing home, they could have their own home, manufacture home, gather here, and we do that. I promise, I asking God that will be worth it for this one little Korean woman's life. Oh, Lord, please. So I did. City approved it. So I bring all my savings and everything, put it here and doing this. And I find I think God sent the man, elderly man, come and say, he owned the it's not manufacture home. It is a pretty fat home company. He owns it, and asked him to come with a checkbook. So I did, and he took me to one of the office. There was a man sit there with a big computer, and he said, that's the engineer. Tell him what I wanted to build this clubhouse. So I said, it's just a the picture I drew it, just lined it out, and I show him, I gave it to him. I carried it around, it was weighed out. And I show it to him, he put it in a computer and click, and this way, so, oh no, I want a bathroom over there, click. And he did all that and said, are you satisfied? I said, yes. And then he clicked it out and sent the paper to the factory back there, and they gave me the copy of what the look like outline. And the next thing I find that out, I only had $30,000 to do it. So I told this man that, and well, we'll see what we can do. Then he said he find the person to build it to bill, and it's going to be $30,000. I said, okay. Then next thing I know, they already pretty cut already, and some of them put it together. And I saw big truck cam parking in the front, and it has a long crane, whatever that thing is holding up, and picking one piece at a time. They already built the wall and the studs. They used all 2x6s. I was just so happy about that. And the machine holds it up, and there's 3 men goes in and screw it onto the thing and put another one, and then a trestle. They already built the trestle. They put it on top, and they go up there and screw it onto the 3 men with a veggie, and another man from the company came, and they was helping together doing that. I think it may be 4-5 hours it was built. And they put a 4x8 plywood sheet on the top and put even a roof and have to put the plastic or seal or whatever. Then I put up the roofing material on the top. And these people did that, and they say, okay, $30,000. All we're going to do is siding, roofing, windows, and doors. That's all we're going to do. I said, oh, thank you. Because that was the money I thought very low to build like that. It's about 1,200 square foot. It's empty. It's for the place to study Bible and learn and all that. And I got 2 rooms in the corner back there. That's what I living. Anyway, one day they say, I was just so happy because at last I had my dream fulfilling. This is a way I could do that until I die, just to be good to these people, elderly people. They don't have to go sitting in a nursing home. They can live in their own home and come here. We can pray together, Bible study together, help each other, protect each other and all that. And I thought that it would be worthy of the one Korean woman's life. I thought I was just so happy. I doing all my savings and everything, brought it here and put it in and doing in it. Then one day they say, here is the key. We done our job. Pay me rest of the money. I only had about 3,000 something left, I think. So I wrote a check for them, and they left. I was just so lost. It was just so fun to work together with the men, so working, watching, and all that. Then one piece in a corner over there, 4x8 sheet wasn't put it in, so I tried to push it into the place so I can put all the screw onto it. Then I saw under the house there was a water, about a foot of water sit under the house. So I went back to the builders and help. They said, no, we're building another house. So we don't have a time to come look at it, but it's your problem. You have to take care of it. Then one guy said, if you don't take care of it quick, house will fall. You better get the water out of there. So I said, oh no, I put all my money into it. And so I came back looking for everywhere. I couldn't find anyone. They don't even want to come look at it. So I cried out to the Lord, and day and night I was worried. Then I figured it out. Over that corner, I'm going to dig the ditch deep enough. It's a 4-foot foundation, so I have to go under that. So it'd have to be at least a 6-foot ditch. I'm going to digging a ditch. It don't have to be big. It's just big enough for me to get in and out. So I started digging. And I was going to go 6 foot all the way from the other side to the house. Is the last one when I did that. And I was just digging and digging. And about 5 days, or if there was something like that, I hurt my back. It hurt so bad. So I went to local here in a store. We have only dentist companies, all hallway, everything. They got everything in there. And I told them, they sell me maybe 5-inch long white rubber belt. So I bought that. Not enough, so I went and bought another one, and it's not enough, so I have another one. So I got 3 of them on my waist, just to tie it up so I can do the work, because I think it was late October, start raining. And I know the Washington winter, it's a rain and wind, and it's a pretty rough, pouring rain a lot of times. So, excuse me. And before the snow. So I had to do it. So I just digging every day. I have a pot of the warmer container thing. It's a full pot of coffee, and I make a 3 peanut butter sandwich and I just eating. And a little time I take it and I eat and I do work and work. And it's just so painful. And all the ground is a clay. So I put the shovel down and jump on it. It goes maybe 1 or 2 inch in. So I just dig it there and put it up there. And I dig it and put it up there. And constantly doing that. Then from the even beginning, in my hall, I don't hear anyone saying in it, but it's so clear in my heart and say, if God came and say, asking him anything, so you can do all this. I gave up everything to do it because that's the only way I thought I will serve God. God will, if God come, and he will give you anything you ask, what would you ask him? I don't know who asking me or anything. In my heart, it was just packed. And you get words every day. So I trying to figure it out. And in the beginning, I say, money. So I can donate, I can give, I can buy things, all that. I can buy a house for my kids and all. And then I saw before, there was one man wanted to have the program. He had 3 or 4 people who win that big lottery. So they went and interviewed them because those people they saw, they were homeless. So he want to know what in the world could it be. So went to the interview, and every one of them was just saying, oh, when I won that big money, and I took it in a once thing, they can give, anyway, I didn't know I had that many families, friends, laborers, and people becoming my best friend. They need help. And I was popular, they say. But money run out, they're all gone. No one even look at me. So I have to be homeless. It's unbelievable. Don't they pay every month? And say, oh no, you could have taken it once. It's a last, but you couldn't. So I took it once. Investment wasn't good. I was making a wrong investment. It was robbed me, he said. Then another one after another one. That's how it become nothing. They have nothing. Unbelievable. So I said, no money. I will ask God, not money. What then? Maybe fame? So I become so stuck up and I would treat people like animal or something. No, I don't want that. I was going over and over and over, day and night. And every day my heart was burning with that. If God came to asking you, you asking anything from him to him, he will give you anything. What would you ask? I even asked some people, what you asking if God appears to you? You ask anything, he will give it to you. What would you asking? Every one of them said, I don't know. No one even tell me anything. They could not even thinking either. But day by day, I was just doing same work and digging and covered with the mud and all that. And I still could not come up with it. And it gets so harder, and my heart was just burning and more burning every day. And maybe over 2 weeks I've been digging like that. And one day, maybe about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, something like that, I was so hurting and didn't eat that well either, I think. So just going down, but I had to be done. And I can see one of the tunnel, I dug it is 6 foot down. It's a small, and I see the one place like a little wet. So I thought, oh, that's the place. When I opened that, water will gush it out. So I have to put a rocks and that to in that tunnel I just dug, so water can go out. Then I will cover with the dirt and the top and stuff. So I left that, but I was just digging in. One day about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I was doing that, and it's like now it's a rainy. It's not pouring rain, but when you're out there, you got soak. I would just soak every day, and with the mud and all that. Then I would just put the shovel up, and I saw there's a woman standing up there with a white suit on it, white skirt and a jacket on it. Then I looked at it. There's that woman. Every time I see on TV, I shut it off. I didn't have a Christian channel that time, so just to any channel, time to time, she appears and she preaching. So I say, no, you are not even Catholic. I will not watch it. If she was a priest or a nun, I would have watched it, but I was just so against it. Or any other than Catholic church. No one told me doing that, but I did that. So I looked at it. That's the woman, Joyce Meyer. So I say, then she's standing, looking down on me and looking at me, and she say, yelling, when God wants you, you better get ready, like that. She waving her hand like that to me. So I said, women, you are not even Catholic. I yelled at her. She disappeared. I said, boy, she's not even Catholic. What she thinks she is. I would just keep digging. About 10 or 20 minutes, I think. There she again. Same white suit on it. Standing there, the same thing, she yelling. When God wants you, you better get ready. Like waving the hand like that. Looking down on me now. And the 6 foot in that ditch. I'm covered with the mud and all that. I didn't like her. Second time she did that before I say anything, she disappeared. So I put the shovel on it. I was upset. Put shovel in there on the ditch, and I made a little hole, like a little thing, so I can put foot on it to come up. I hugging the mud, the water up there, and push myself up put the foot in the hole, and I push myself, and I crawling out of there. So I didn't like it. She did that second time. So I put it in there, and I put one foot in there, and I start hugging up, then crawling up with another foot in the other hole, and I crawling out of that hole. I just walk maybe five of the steps or something in there, coming around to trying to get to the back door. So I quit for a while and drink more coffee or something. Anyway, about 5 steps I walked, and then I heard like a mighty wind. Is that sound? Some kind of wind sound. It's like it's coming closer. So I said, oh no, storm coming in. So I tried to walk, maybe 2 more steps, then I realized it. I noticed my leg is becoming jelly, it will not work. I could not even walk. And so I grabbed I had a leftover to building this place, and plywoods, and I laid it all the way so I will walk on that because it's so muddy and the water. So I saw, and there was one piece looked like a pizza pieces. So I grabbed that and put the point in the ground, and I hung myself on my chest, hanging on that. Then I realized I'm losing a breath, hard to breathe. So I was doing that, then I saw that sound was getting louder and louder. It's like a whole town was lifted up like. Then I noticed I can't even breathe, but I can move because my legs don't work for me. I trying to tell, what's wrong with you? Come on, work. I have to get the back door. And it didn't work. So I there, and I saw, then that sound was went down, subsided, whatever they call. And so I look, I bending on that thing and I look, and there was millions of people looking like soldiers. And all the way around is a man. There was a 50-year-old man in the front. That's what they came. And they all standing on the air around this man. So then I knew right away, he's the God the Father. I don't know why, how, but I knew. He came to give me whatever I asked. That was the burning in my heart for. When God came, you ask anything, He will give it to you. So I try to do things my way, but for the kingdom work, I put everything in it, all my savings and everything, every minute my energy I using it to do this, because I thought I find I can do something until I die. But he's standing there, so everybody's standing around. I was just hanging on to the plywood, trying to breathe, because I really don't want to face down onto the mud. Then all these people look like strong soldiers like in there. Then one of them say, for that thing? Pointing me. For that thing? We came all the way here for that thing? Like that. Then I knew. I was covered with the mud, and I had that thin light blue, almost look like a gray because it's mud and all, and got hold in it. So when I used the pockets, I put pieces and pieces and sewed it up with my hand sewing. It was a parable, so I don't mind. He said that. Then I saw DVD thing came out. It's like a CD or DVD. That thing came out of my hall, I think. It came out front of Father and me and all those millions. Front of them, it playing loud noise or sound and playing. And there was me walking, doing things and all that stuff. It was me that played it. I think everybody have that. God built it into the human's heart. So when anyone die, everyone who die, I don't think Jesus have to say, you go to hell, you go to heaven. It's right there. It's you. It's me. How can I deny that? Then I watching it. Then I wanted to just die, actually, because I was doing stupid things, and then one section, I don't even know who that was, but I think I did. I was in that group, some group, women's group, maybe 10, 15 people gathered, and they were just talking and laughing and about Jesus. And I don't know why I was in that group, but I baptized in 1967 in Catholic Church in South Korea, but I was in that group, and I was talking too. And finally, they were laughing at Jesus. They're talking about Jesus, and they were making a funny out of it, just a joke out of it. And then I said, well, then he said, I'm son of a God, and everybody laughing, and I was doing that with them. Then I heard this group of millions of people, the soldier group, they They say, she did what? Like that. What that thing was just saying? It's like that. Then I see this mean face turned to mean face. That big eye just to come towards me like ready to choking me. And the father was just standing there in the air, waiting for me to ask him. I didn't know what to ask him. And then I heard these people coming towards me like they're precious, so it's just, like ready to go into choking me or killing me something. Then I heard God the Father say, she will be great. Then everybody backed out. He didn't say, quit it, stop it, nothing like that. He said, she will be great. That's all he said. Then they are all took it instantly, and they all backing out. Then he's still standing there waiting for me to say it. But I couldn't hardly even breathe or standing. I just to focus not to fall my face down into the mud. And then I heard Jesus. I didn't know he was right there. He was probably 2-3 foot in front of me, next to me or front of me like that. And he say, Father, what you want is you. Oh, I thought he going to say, how dare you, and I would have been dead. But when Jesus said that, what you want is you, then that was the truth. I said, huh? He reads my heart? I thought about it, because all that time, Father, Father, Father. In my Catholic church, they don't teach that, but they, Father, Jesus is my brother, and Father is the one we praying, Father, Father, Father. But every time I pray to the Father or calling the Father, I love him. Whole myself is melting in the love for him. And sometimes, many times I say, I want him. Even he has a gene, has a hole in it, I don't care, I still want him. Because when I just loving, I become a liquid love for him like that. It was just so wonderful. So that was all I had in my heart. I could not figure nothing out, what to asking anything. Then Jesus knew it somehow. And he said to his father, Father, what she wants is you, like that. I look at Jesus and I say, oh no. He going to say, how dare you, girl, or something like that. Now I look at the father. If far enough, I could not see his face, the blue eye, I didn't see that time. But I saw him big smile. Rather than, how dare you, girl, anything. He was pleased, had a big smile. I think that's what God wanted it when he offered Simon, when he built the temple and the offering to the God and all sacrificing time and all that. God told Simon, no, I forgot it. What's the matter with me? Solomon, asking him, God said, asking anything, I will bless you. I will give unto you, or something like that. Then he said, give me wisdom. I can rule these people. God gave him more than wisdom. That's what he said. You didn't ask him for money or fame. You asking for wisdom. And he gave him that riches and everything. Above that, he gave him whatever asking. But I think that's what he expect to hear. Say, God, you, Father, you, so you can lead me to rule your people. Israel people is God's people. That's what God chosen through the Abraham. But the Solomon did that, had a chance, and he become a king. So he asking for wisdom, so he can rule the God's people. But I asking for him, he was a delight. He was a big smile. And then I was just so happy. He wouldn't say, "How dare you, girl?" Things like that, and punished it. But what Jesus said to Father was in my heart. I thought he reading my heart. But anyway, then Father turned around. Then I heard that sound again. Just a mighty storm wind, I think. And then I can breathe. When he turned around, and I couldn't breathe. So I threw that piece of plywood away, and I standing there and take a big breath, and I say, "I want more, I want more." I waving my right hand, and I jumping up and down, and I heard the Father say, "It a girl," like that. And then he stopped. When he stopped, everything stopped. Then he turned his face to his left. If we turn around, I would fall to the mud. Probably, so he did that, I think. He turned his face to the left like that, and then I say, asking like that. I was just so shocked. I standing there and put my hand down, and I say, because I was just so shocked God did that. Then I said, "I wanted to be healthy." Then Jesus standing there, and he said, "Oh, Father, she think God's kids cannot be sickling, so she asking for healthy." It's all in the Bible, but I didn't know. And then I say again what Jesus explained to his Father after that, and I said, "I wanted to be wealthy." Then Jesus said, "She asking for wealth because she think God's kids cannot be poor." So when he finished talking, I said, "I want to be rich." Then Jesus say, she's saying that so she can buy things, she can give. She like to give. That's what he said. He know me. And so then I say again, I wanted to be I wanted to be favor or power or something like that. And the fourth thing, then I hear like that's enough like that. Then he just turn around, and then that sound again. Everybody's turn around and going. I thought of Raymond and South Bend, whole thing was lifted up. That's what I thought. And they are going and going up and going up and up. All went up. I standing there watched it until all went up, and I hear no sound anymore. I standing there for, oh wow, what is all this? Why the Joyce Meyer, the one I tried avoiding watching it all the time on TV like that. And I walk to the door. I sit on the doorways and I shake up my booth. It was mud's hugging it, so I feel like hundreds of pounds. I shook it off, and I came in the house, and I was just covered with the mud, crawling out of that thing. So I just walking over that floor, maybe 10 foot from in, saying, "Stupid, stupid, stupid. I should have had 2-3 pages of food what I want. That was your last chance, only one chance. And what is wrong with me? super stupid. I was walking that far, then I heard behind me, then say, "What about me?" Like that. So, I walked around, I turned around and there was a Jesus sitting on the air like a genie, fold the feet, two legs like this, sitting like a genie sitting in the air there. So I said, "Oh, okay, oh." I had no idea because everybody say in the church that's Jesus' a friend, and father have to be father. So I just did that, and I went. I think I don't know what I did after that. I did what I was going to do it, but so instantly I become spooting of the Joyce Meyer. I looking for Joyce Meyer on TV. I sit every time trying to watch a TV. I looking for her. This station, that station. I was looking for her. When I saw her, I just sit there. I do nothing but watch her. Then they said should be partner, paying every month to be partners. I did. I wrote it down things and I did become a partner, supporting every month. And sometimes she said, there was one time she said they are building God's house or God's playhouse or something. So anyone send the $100 or more, going to put their name on a little break, and they're going to build a wall, put it in there, your name, my name's still there probably. So I sent $100, but that time I live in a $30 a month of food budget. It was a big deal, but I wanted to support because Joyce Meyer all did that. But I still have a whole cassette, another cassette. It's the bigger one. I recorded I bought her books and VCR, I think that's what they call, and all that stuff. I still have it in store. Somehow no one buying anymore, even trying to give it away, they don't want it. But I become her supporter, and many years later, I don't know, maybe 2, 3, 4 years later, when I went to Jesus took me to heaven for 3 days, and when I come back, I was a new person. I feel different. I feel all the sin and junk God washed away. I feel like I'm a new. I think that is a born again experience. And most people, they didn't see it, but just to believe it. Bible says believing is better than seeing and believing. But it happened to me. I become a new person. Then I saw Jesus took me to his work. Jesus is busy. He work constantly, and he go up in heaven writing a book of life and taking care of some business, and he come back and he had that amazing speed to go to heaven. He couldn't do that. He's the only one can do that, I think. A lot of times they send the angels, that to do God's work, but he himself personally. And Matthew 6 is the truth, the Lord's Prayer. Even a Father working in the Word. Heaven on earth is the truth. I will do the tape someday. I saw new heaven. And I want to step by step, I will do that. But Jesus took me to work in different churches and stuff. And one time, one church, we were just walking somehow. And we hear That church is by the highway, and we hear the music praising God. So we went in. We went there. So have to go upstairs to walk into the church. So we went up there and then we opened the. Jesus opened it or opened it automatically or something. We went in. As soon as the door was open, then I had that stinky smell like in the sewer there or something like that. So, and then I saw it. It is that church, but it has a human poop. It's on the ceilings and walls. It's covered it. So many people trying to clean it. They're long, the things to trying to clean the ceiling off and the wall off, and there's maybe 10 or 15 people. Man is trying so hard. And then Jesus, and I was walking right in front of Jesus, so just to walk past them, and Jesus would say, "It's beyond repair." I understand what he say. We would pass these people. I didn't know that going left to side there was by to the wall about, and then there's a podium or the altar, whatever they call the musicians thing there and all that. Then and further back in the one corner there was a door, and the door was open, and I saw it's a huge place there. All the windows in the backside, and here's a rectangle like a table, big one in there, and there's chairs around. Then that senior pastor sit there in one of the chair, and another pastor sitting next to it. And this pastor was so angry and mad. He holds the chair hand thing. He's grinding his teeth. He's so mad at something. I don't know what. And the other pastor sit next to it, just watching him doing that. Then I saw Jesus walk past me and go to front of him, put one knee down, and sitting in with the one knee on the floor, and he trying to talk to him. "Son, how could you do this?" He knew what it was. I had no idea. "How could you do this?" Then I saw this man, the senior pastor, pulled his right foot, and Jesus' face, just a pound. Then Jesus fell back and sit there for a second, and he stand up. He looking at him. I think he waiting for him still to, "Sorry, Lord, forgive me." And he could have done that. He was angry. He just ground on teeth. So Jesus standing there, I stand, I can't believe it what I see. And Jesus walking out in the back door there. So I followed him. Then I saw that wicked devils were just packed back there. And they saw Jesus walked out, and I next to him, come out and standing in front of Jesus, and then they are running in. It's like water pouring in like. Jesus was just, he was just so upset, so sad. Then we walked away. And then another church, another time he took me to, and this was one of the Sunday. I don't know why I went to the church, that church. I don't go to that church. I went to that church. I was just sitting in the back because I didn't know anybody. I saw the people coming to my store and stuff, but I didn't know anyone that much. So I was sitting in the back there. It happened to be I saw his mother, who owns the thrift shop, and I go there buy some things in a sale in my store. She didn't like me. She just gave me bad looks, and I didn't know what's wrong. I did it wrong and all that, and I prayed to the Lord, "Please, Ever, forgive me whatever I did." Maybe she could just tell me. Then one day I went there and she said to me, "You, I'm going to charge you tax." So I said, "Why?" "Because you resale." "Oh, okay. But I saw people come to my store and tell me you give it away free. I see them. Some people, they give an armful of clothes for free and all that. So well known, they give it free like that." And they say about 3 ladies came in and say, "You give them free," so they took it to rent the storage over there by the highway. And they sell at the weekends, they sell making money. "You give them free, but I'm paying." She walked away. But I went to the church. Somehow she was right next. I just sat in the empty spots I said, but it was next to her. And hide and all that. She was happy I came to church, or at least I guess her son's church. I sat there for. Then that day the service, I like that preacher. I think he had the biggest church in town. And I thought he's a very wonderful preacher. That day, somehow, whole preaching was everybody should have a mentor. He has 5 mentors. Everybody should have to have a mentor. That was the whole service. And he said, "See, I have this problem, I go to that mentor. I got that problem, I go to this mentor. I go to that problem, I go to this." He was telling, I forgot all that, but all the 5 problems are solved by the mentor. He has a mentor. It is the best. You got to have a mentor. I order you, I require to have a mentor. It's just overdoing and all that. And then I just sat there. Then I heard the Lord. I didn't know he was there with me. I think he took me there to show. He said, "Karen, you see, there's no room for me to help him." Then I thought he was crying, saying that, because he knew. He's the author and finisher. He knew what he need. He asking he could help, but he got all the 5 mentors. He don't need a Jesus, so mentor, advice, anything. So Jesus said, "See, there's no room for me to help him." But Jesus knew he needed Jesus. In order for him to live, he needed Jesus. But he was telling people, "I order you, I require you to have a 5 mentor like me," and all that. I was just so sad. And I came out and I said, maybe I shouldn't go in there. Then Jesus don't have to see it. All that stuff. Then another time, Jesus took me to somewhere. I knew I was going somewhere, but maybe his spirit is too great. I lost the brain. I don't know what it was. I feel that we almost got there. Then it was a huge dome, or huge, like Olympic field or something. And it has a music, people singing, praising God. It was just so beautiful. Then we went down from up and come down to the back of that podium they call, I think the musicians are singing and all that. And in that one corner, he put me on the air. He put me on, I don't know what it did, but he let me standing in the air up there in the back. And he was a flat, long white gown on, and he flat laying on the air. He was going over these millions, I thought that was millions of people, all singing and crying and just praising God and all that. And he loved it. He was going there, just going, and some people untangled it or something. He low down and maybe a couple foot higher than people. He bowed down and laying down, reach over and untangled for him, and he's going. And that fall he went, and I saw him dancing with the 2 hands dancing like that in the flat laying in the air. So I said, "Lord, is that you?" Then he hold the two dominoes. He like that he's dancing and showing. He is he loves the music, and so he still stop and unroll the paper, blessing them, blessing them. So when we're praising God, there are the blessings. I saw it, and I don't know how long, but next thing I know, I was mirror of kneel and praying, or I forgot what it was when I come back. And so he was taking me to that. Then about 3 weeks or something later, somebody come and say, you gotta see this CD, you gotta buy this kind of CD. And what is it then? It is a Hill song in that Australia or some country, and so good. Music is so good. You gotta have that, because in my store I had the CD player and the cassette player in there, so I play the music all day. And so I did, and she said, I order for you if you want. I said, yes please. So when it come, I paid it, and when it come and I looked at it, and it says this: we just put a little ad in the paper. We're going to record praising God. Anyone can come, anyone can sing, come join us. It was a shocking thing. It was over 20,000 or 50,000 people showed up. That's what it was. I saw the picture. I saw Jesus was right there dancing and all. That is a beautiful music. I bought so many CDs, and people hears it when I play them. They say, what is this? I show the cover, and they're going to order it and all that. But God is an awesome God. It's much more, but I wanted to shorten this tape, especially my microphone battery is dead. I'm going to go out and get a new battery today, but I could not. I don't think the battery worked, but that's why I yelled a little. So I hope it can be usable. Lord, help. God bless you, everyone. I pray all the time. Anyone view this, I am the Isaiah54.com, the tape. I asking the Lord God, bless them, bless them. Then almost like I see everyone who watches it, God tensibly look at them, and they know what they need or what they want, and God bless them. I saw. So I said, Lord, could you use like a personal revival? I asked God, I said, could you make it like at least 14 billion and more? Cover the world? Just to give me the word, Lord. I will put it in a recording and put it in a YouTube. So far, I don't know what other ways, but YouTube the only one. And I already have 3 of them. And amazing people watching. In the wood, I don't know anyone much here, and they're just watching, people watching it. Thank God, and I asking to bless them. I praying for their blessings, and not just to them, but their families, friends. Thank you for doing that. God bless you all. Bye.